Hi, welcome to AFTV. We've just drawn to PSV 1-1 here at the Philips Stadium. My friend,
yes, sir.
He was in there with us today. Just quickly, let's start with this. Were you surprised with how strong Arteta went today?
Well, it wasn't particularly the strongest side that we had, besides the center backs and everything else like that. But we all knew that this game didn't mean much, but it meant actually much to the boys, actually, especially for the guys that didn't come in. I was hoping to see the youngsters, to be fair. But all in all, yeah, I did predict it was going to be a draw. Seeing the side, was going to
Even when you saw the 11 that was out there, do you still...
Yeah. The thing is, in the away games, I don't know where... It just goes to show that we have a different level when we have the first 11 and also the guys that don't make the minutes. The gap is too big, which I believe. I did think like when we were in the transfer window and everything else like that, we got the players, but it didn't really solidify anything else. It just seems a bit more of the same. So yeah, I was actually looking at this game, it's going to be a draw or we might nick it in the end, but it's a fair game. So
is that a problem though for you as a fan? Because you're saying that and I'm thinking, well, we're in the charge for the title. We're now into the next stage of the Champions League. So like, there's still have a cup. So is that a problem for you as a fan that you think the distance between the fringe players compared to the first 11 is so big? Yeah. Is that going to throw up a lot of problems, or do you think that'll get addressed in January?
I hope it does. Yeah. I mean, looking back at previous January transfer windows, we haven't done much, but we'll probably get a player here or there. I hope we'll get a striker, but that's going to be really difficult. Who's going to let a striker go in the middle of the season? Yeah, so, with the players that we have, we just have to have faith in them, just get someone through the door, because I believe El Neni went off or something like that. I don't know. So we're going to be thin on the midfield, so preferably a striker, midfield, and maybe a defender for cover. But it's going to be difficult, but I'm hoping these guys are going to pull through.
So, yeah, what's your aspirations for Arsenal this season then, in the league and in the Champions League? Because I hear what you're saying. I understand there is, the fringe players, there is still a bit of a gap, but where do you think Arsenal are going to land this season?
It depends on what we do in January, to be honest, So, I mean, you can't go any lower than what we did last season. So we actually are trying to win it, know. So I just don't want it to be a case of we're challenging and then we just drop off. We're just top 4 contenders. No, that's not it. We set a standard from last season, and so we have to push through. And if we have pushed through with the signings that we have made, we have to go for the title. I mean, that's what the Arsenal is about. We need trophies, and that's what they're playing here for. So,
I like that answer a lot. I want to ask you, did anyone knock on the door for you as a fan today? Because we saw some rotated players, but we also saw some of the mainstays, the Salibas, the Gabriels, but even a Kai Havertz. Seems like he's found form.
Yeah, he's found form.
What was the pause?
The thing is with him is like you would expect a proven Premier League player would actually get will hit the round and run it. Will hit form straight away. But it just, I think the confidence is just so low. But it's been having a massive turnaround with these few games, and now you're trying to see like, okay, this is what he does right. This is what he doesn't do particularly well, but he's steadily growing into the game. Because I believe that when he scored that goal against Brentford, if he does that 3 more times, I believe, okay, now the Kai Havertz is going to come, and which he did. He didn't play. I think. Did he play against the Luton in the Luton game? Yeah, he did play in the Luton game, and he scored. So that was his 3rd or 4th goal, I believe. So that will keep him going. And I think there's more to come from him. Now I can actually see like why Arteta actually picked him for the runs. Because in the first half he did make these couple of runs, but it's the next phase what we do after. So he has to like just keep going with it. So, we expect more from him. So, but he's going to go for it.
Just to finish off then, any players you think that are just going to dislodge any of the first 11? So we saw Cedric, we saw Kivior, we saw Reece Nelson, we saw, Trossard, who doesn't always regularly start, and Eddie. Anyone that think might dislodge some of the first 11, or is it just they're going to stay, the gap is still too big?
Yeah, the gap is, to be honest, a bit. The only thing bright side I saw was maybe Reece Nelson. He was floating about. He was lively today, Unfortunately, he doesn't get the minutes that I would like. I like him actually as a player, I would want him to have more minutes and everything else like that. But other than that, no, I can't think of anybody who really knocked on the door. Trossard, maybe he should have done better with a chance and everything else like that. But for me, it was Reece Nelson that would stand out.
Thank you very much, my brother.
I also want to give a big shout out to the Arsenal fan group chat, Kwame, Manfred, ik zie jullie allemaal daar. So thank you. Big up AFTV for allowing me. That was my actual first game ever, watching the Arsenal. Yeah, my very first game. And, thank you for welcoming me on the channel. And, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, big up the WhatsApp group. Peace.
Yeah, big up the WhatsApp group. There